Okay, so this video is going to be all about our Disney cruise, but here's the deal. I'm not going to give you the hows and the blah blahs or the blah blah. I'm going to tell you what I think you need to know from our experience, so let's jump right in. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 9th year of homeschooling. We are travel obsessed. We love to travel, but we prioritize value. I will save money, however, wherever possible. And that is very important to me to make sure that we are prioritizing getting the most for the least, living up the experience. And I'd like to come here and share that because I think it makes travel more accessible for more families. And I think travel is incredibly valuable for you, for your learners, and just as a life skill. So let's jump right in. This is all things our Disney cruise. Let's go. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. So this is going to be really rapid fire. I'm kind of sorry about that, but I want to get a lot of information in. I want to get it done quickly, and I just want to hit the things that I think are important and valuable. How much did I spend? I don't know, probably about $4,500. I honestly can't be honest, for a 4-night cruise on the Disney Wish. Now, why did we cruise? We cruised because while I was intending to plan a Paris vacation for this kind of winter, early spring season, we realized that if we were going to hit Disneyland Paris, that the World of Arendelle won't open until after we would have gone. And then also, we took one Disney cruise when my oldest was about 18 months old, and we have priced it consistently ever since, and it has never been a good value for us. We have been Disney pass holders. We've been to Worldland, Paris. We've done cruises on Royal, MSC, Disney, Carnival. Disney cruises have just never cycled back in being a good deal. That changed recently. We were able to get 50% off the 3rd and 4th guest, which was a really huge savings. We have plenty of Southwest points. So because my youngest is very bitter that she has never actually been on a Disney cruise, this has always been a big priority for her. She wanted to go on a Disney cruise. She wanted to go to the Bahamas. My big kid really wanted to go on the Wish. And that meant that we were in a position to actually affordably make this happen to get the maximum value for our dollar on what we were spending. So in order to do that, we shopped around. We knew which cruise we wanted to take. We knew we wanted to take the Wish, which goes out of Port Canaveral, which is by Orlando. We have plenty of Southwest points to purchase all of our flights there and back completely with just points. So that did not cost us anything, which is great. The flights from Houston are really easy, great schedules. We got a flight that got in about 2 something and a flight headed back about 1 something, which is perfect timing, especially for making it over and back to Port Canaveral. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So we did that with our Southwest points. We booked our cruise. We knew we wanted to do the 4-day because Disney does something called rotational dining. We'll cycle back in a minute, but 4 nights gets me through all 3 restaurants and their pirate night, which was so exciting. So we were able to get that booked through Undercover Tourist with maximum savings. We searched Plum Benefits, Tickets at Work, Sam's Club, Costco, Southwest Vacations, Disney Cruise directly. The maximum savings was through Undercover Tourist, highly reputable, use them many times for many different Disney ticket things, and they're a great deal. So Undercover Tourist is amazing. Then we started looking at our options. Now, if you're cruising, you never want to fly in the same day you're supposed to board the ship. Just don't do it. Things will happen. It will go bad. It will be sad. Don't do it. When we actually sailed out of Port Canaveral, my husband and myself in August on MSC, we went in the day before. We couldn't justify springing for the hotel that is in the airport, which I've always wanted to stay at. We never have. And so we took a shuttle to a nearby hotel and back, and it just wasn't worth the hassle. So we knew with the kids, we definitely didn't want to do that. However, the Hyatt inside the airport, for whatever reason, that specific weekend, turns out it was Run Disney weekend, was god-awfully expensive, like significantly more than before or after, just out of control. However, we did get the bright idea one middle of the night when I was awake that I should look and see if I can purchase it with Southwest points because we have an overabundance of Southwest points because we haven't flown in a really long time, especially as a family. So we have a ton of Southwest points currently available to us. And turns out we were able to book our 1-night stay with about 50,000 Southwest points, which was a great deal because we weren't going to do anything else with them. It saved us from having to buy a hotel at all. Hotel is really cool. It's right inside the airport. It was really awesome. Now, once we realized we were staying in the Orlando airport, at the Hyatt, I was excited we were getting in early enough to really enjoy the hotel. They had it ready for us when we got there. But one of the perks of booking transportation to and from Port Canaveral via Disney, if you're staying at the Hyatt, is that you can do all of your hotel, all of your check-in, they give you your luggage tags, everything in the lobby of the Hyatt the morning of your cruise. Now, I cannot justify the cost because it is like $45 a person. One way to travel with Disney, but we got the special cruise branded bus, we got the cartoons on the way there, we got the official hotel check-in, we got the earliest possible boarding time, which is a really big deal for a Disney cruise, and I'll circle back to that and let you know why. Now, you do not have to book boat directions. Another middle of the night epiphany was that we should only book our Disney transportation there. And that's what we did. We bought a discounted gift card. Now, if you're unsure, you can get discounted gift cards. So the gift card is worth $200, but you only pay, for example, $180 if purchased through Sam's Club. You can find all kinds of ways to save on Disney gift cards, okay? They will cost you less than the spend value. Incredibly brilliant. Please do it. You can also preload those into your account as onboard credit before you get on the ship. And that is what we did. We covered our memory maker, which is our photo package. I always get it. It's worth it to me. I can be in every photo. Everybody's in every photo. It does it. It's magic shots. It's amazing. And I use it to book our Disney transportation, so it saved us a little bit of money. Now, it was $180 for one way for my family of 4. Would I pay for that normally? No, I would not. But it got us on the ship as early as possible. Now, why would I want to do that? Because if you're on the ship as early as possible, we ate lunch, we rode the Aqua Mouse, and yes, it was cold, like 4 times in a row with no line. They let us stay on. And then we were in our rooms, changed, ready to go by the sail away party. So the sail away party, we were so lucky. There was a SpaceX launch that day that we were able to watch from the deck of the ship. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen it. All the times I've been to Florida, have never seen a rocket launch, and it made me really, really happy. We had the absolute best time. It was so fun. So would I do Disney transportation again? Abso-frickin-lutely. Did we do it for our way back? Abso-frickin-lutely not. There is no reason I need a Disney bus to take me back to the airport. We got on we got on a shuttle from some other company for less than half each. And that for me is valuable. Now, again, we did the 4-night on Wish. Disney dining is really unique in that at dinner time every night, all the restaurants close except for your sit-down restaurants. Now, what happens is you go to your sit-down restaurant. There are themed restaurants on board. So the Wish has Worlds of Marvel, Frozen Ever After or something like that, but it's essentially Arendelle, and 1923, which is like Disney artifacts and super fun. Now, on that 4th night, there is a pirate night because Disney does fireworks at sea, and I have to tell you, I commend them so much. It is usually the night of your Castaway Key port if you are headed to their island. However, they knew that it was going to be really high winds and really bad weather, so they just flopped it to the night before. Now, what happens is you will repeat on your 4-night, you will repeat one restaurant twice. And that is because one night you will get the pirate menu and one night you will get the official restaurant menu. And they're like dinner and a show, super fun, super good. Everything was wonderful. We had the best time, so much fun. And we got to really enjoy that pirate night where everybody dresses up and there's fireworks and there's a show. And it was just so entertaining. Stage shows are fantastic. My big kid, you know, I'm always job shopping her whenever we're doing anything remotely musical theater-y. And they really are the best shows at sea. They are so, so good. They literally build the theater of the ship around the shows that they are intending to have. We got a chance to see some of the characters on stage later and in other places. So good. Now, our excursions, our ports were Nassau in the Bahamas and Castaway Key, Disney's official island. Our excursions, we did in the Bahamas get off the ship and do Ardastra Gardens or something like that with like a little city tour. It was one of the least expensive excursions that you can do, and had my daughter not specifically wanted to go see the flamingos at this zoological place, we wouldn't have done it. But the flamingos are trained and they like the kids got to go in. It's so cool, so cute. They got to hold a turtle. I mean, it was a great experience for us. And it was perfect. It was right up her alley, exactly what she wanted to do. And so she lived her best life and we all had a great time. And it wasn't until later in the day, so like we were able to eat lunch before we went and do the inflatable and credit course, which happens. They take the sports court and they just do this giant inflatable obstacle course. It's so fun. Honestly, the best, the morning of the Nassau port. And so we did that. Now, we did buy and take with us all of our snorkel gear. So fins, masks, for every person in our family. And I was glad that we had our own. The winds were incredibly bad. We couldn't even have any of the umbrellas on the beach. Were not allowed to be opened. But we snorkeled. We did the snorkel course because they have things buried, or not buried, underwater. And so we did the full snorkel course. I was so proud of my kids. They did such a good job. They make you wear these absolutely terrible flotation device vests that keep you from being able to do this well or effectively, but I understand liabilities, whatever. Now, if you were looking at the 2 different islands and you want to snorkel, please keep in mind that the age differences are wide as far as who is allowed to snorkel on each of their stops. They have, was it Lighthouse Point, I think? Lookout Point, something like that is their other one, which is not a dedicated island. It's like a whole different set of circumstances. So that. We had a great time, ate on the island, and then she wanted to ride bikes in the Bahamas. I have no idea where this came from, but it did. So we rented bicycles and we rode our bike to the observation tower and basically rode essentially the 5K. It did rain a little bit. It rains a little bit every afternoon on every Caribbean island. It just is what it is. Don't let it discourage you at all, but just be prepared for that. So it was awesome. It was amazing. That was it as far as excursions went. So we didn't have to pay for anything for snorkeling because we took it with us, and then we flew Southwest, so our bag was free. And then, yeah, so that was it. The Ardastra Gardens was the only thing that we did pay for. Let's see what else. I already talked about the discounted gift cards and how they work. Something else that is unique to Disney cruises, is that people will do pixie dusting and fish extenders. If you aren't sure what they are, you can Google that, whatever. Here's what I did for our fish extender. It worked perfectly. It was a perfect size. I've got pictures. It was just, I hot glued some little 2-pack each bags from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. The gifts that we gave out were patches, door magnets, stickers, things that I thought would be, you know, like a fun thing to have. And the things that we got back, 2 different families gave us just like a mug. There was one of our in our fish extender group that was getting married. And so they gave us like all of this, I mean, just so much stuff and little things to shake at their wedding, which we would have attended had we been on the boat, but we had that excursion. And then, one of the other couples is an older couple who has just recently decided that they need to travel before they can't. The incredibly thoughtful gift, they got signed scripts from The Lion King and from Wicked for my girls, because they had asked what they were interested in. It was amazing. If you have questions about the fish extenders, what you can do is there's a Facebook group for every sailing. Find your specific sailing, go to the Facebook group and find the fish extender groups. People have gone, when we first did this, it was like everybody just kind of signed up and you gifted as, it was different, but now it's gotten so popular and so prevalent that like they sort you into groups of like 5 different cabins and you give stuff and you get stuff, and just make sure you do your job, okay? Because if not, there's nothing more disappointing. I would not do that again. I did that only because it was my daughter's first experience as far as doing this, and the other one didn't really remember. So really, both of their first experiences doing this, I knew that it would be fun. I knew that they would like helping make the things and delivering them and all of that. I wouldn't do it again. What I would do is still put the fish extender out and just pixie dust so that it is a little less pressure and a little more random. We had a bunch of extra stickers and things like that and patches, and we would give them out to like kids who were really well behaved and things that were going well, and that was wonderful. Now, one of the things that comes in handy is my Disney skills, and my Disney skills have come in handy for dentist appointments, booking flights, everything that you can possibly imagine. Here is what you need to do if you want to get the things that sell out quickly. So Cabana sell out quickly, not interested in that. I'm not wasting my money on that. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique sells out quickly. Again, my kids are kind of too old. We're not doing that. Royal Gathering. Royal Gathering on the Disney ships is where they put 5 princesses out into the lobby, and it was gorgeous and stunning and wonderful, and you can go and take pictures with each one. You have to have an assigned time, and it goes so quickly. I think it was completely sold out within 5 minutes. Here is how you get what you want for Disney. 1, confirm your time. So Disney releases reservations, parks, everything. It tends to be midnight, like 60 days out, whatever it is. Look at the specifics, figure out what your time is. But it's Disney time, so it's Disney World time. So 12 for them was 11 for me. 10:58, I am logged on and I'm refreshing until it opens, and refreshing until it opens, and refreshing until it opens, and refreshing until it opens. And as soon as it does, bam, done, I am clicking. And I have always gotten what I want, which is a big deal. And I've done this on flights. You can see other videos over on Suitcase Princess of the ways that this has served me, but that is my strategy and that is how I do it. So you should do it too. if these things are really, really important to you. The other thing that I really hate is seeing in all these groups, it was the one thing we wanted to do and I didn't get it. My kid's going to be so depressed. No, you're taking your kid on a Disney cruise or to a Disney park. Suck it up. It's going to be fine. And that is where I will lead into my complaint. We've done a lot of things. Almost everything we do is kid focused. I might just be a generation past whatever is happening with parenting now, where, and it is not the children's fault because I have watched this, the children are not parented. Parents will do whatever it is to pacify and appease their children. And it doesn't matter how they are distracted. If they're laying in an aisle of a busy restaurant where people are trying to walk past and carry giant mountains and towers of food, they don't care as long as they're not bothering them because the parents are having their own conversation or they are scrolling their own phone. I do not care for whatever is happening in the world right now because parents are letting their kids do whatever they want, get whatever they want, just to keep them quiet so that the parents can do whatever it is they want to do completely unbothered and uninterrupted. And then when the kids get too far out of line, they lash out at them or swat them or yell at them. It is unfair. I don't like it. I don't care for whatever is happening. And there was such a large amount of it on this ship. And again, we have done all these things. It wasn't even a full cruise. I just am so disappointed in the parenting that I saw. Like, that is where we are. That is what we have made it to. It's true story. We did not get Wi-Fi on the ship. We did have somebody at home check us in for our Southwest flight. We did manage to book horse summer camp from Nassau. As soon as we got into port, we were able to do that via our phone. So good job us. And let's see, kids club, kids loved them. They were in separate clubs. My teen did actually like the slightly older club. We did get to go in and see everything. They both had fun. They were there as much as they wanted. We did go ahead. My oldest has a phone. So we downloaded the app because you can create them a unique login and you can chat through the app even without internet. And then my youngest, we took the phone that my husband uses as his replacement iPod. And it's like an Apple 10 or something. I don't know. It's way old. But we were able to download the app onto that as well to communicate. So my youngest could text me if she wanted to do stuff. And then she was able to like take pictures and do all the things and whatever. Now, 3 of the 4 of us had sailed before. So we got like a special Castaway Club gift set, whereas they did not give it to my youngest, even though she was in our cabin. So keep things like that in mind. We took an extra lanyard and then Dad just wore that one and she got the fancy one because that is just how it worked. I think that is everything that I wanted to say. It was amazing. I appreciate that the crowds were lower, but this also was jam-packed considering it was 1 week after Christmas break had ended. It was fun. We had a wonderful time. We did tip some extra because some of the people were completely wonderful and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. I would highly recommend it. It was very entertaining. But let me know. I'm very curious to see if you guys have experienced this weird passive pacifier parenting. And again, it is not the children's fault. Not once did I see them being positively or consistently redirected. It literally was just, here is every possible thing you could possibly want until I freak out and lose my cool. And it was just, it's so, don't love it. I don't love it. I do not love it. Even in shows, so bad. And I am a big fan of taking your kids everywhere, but you have to teach them how to behave everywhere. And yes, the world should be more accepting of children. However, those children should be better trained to fit into the world. And that is my opinion on that. So that's it, guys. I hope you found it as helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I will probably be sharing shorter snippets and reels over on Instagram. If you have any specific questions, please let me know. I'm super happy to answer. Okay, bye, guys. Oh, we did get lucky. We did the guaranteed level of room, but not picking our specific room. Our room was huge. Multiple TVs, huge. Everybody had their own sleeping space, huge. Awesome and amazing. Highly recommend. 2 closets. It was awesome. Bye, guys.